Hi there, I'm Larissa from ELCUS, which stands for English Resource Lab, keeping it simple. This is part 2 of adverbials, the basics of adverbials. In part 1, I talked about modifying adverbials. In this video, I'm talking about degree adverbials. So, to start with, I'm going to obviously give you some words that we use to describe the degree of something. Then we'll have a look at some sentences where we have just one word adverbials. Then we're going to finish off with looking at 6 sentences where we have phrases of adverbials that don't contain any adverbs. If you watched part 1, you'll hopefully remember that the most important thing with adverbials, where the confusion can be for a lot of students, is that all adverbs are adverbials, but not all adverbials are adverbs. So the degree of something, that's what we're talking about here. So what does that mean? The degree of something. The degree of something means that we're talking about measuring something. How much, how often something happens. We talk about the intensity of something. Is it a lot or a little bit? Yeah? So, what are some of the words that describe degree? Adverbs of degree. Well, almost. Barely. Extremely. I'm extremely happy. I'm hardly happy. I'm quite happy. Yeah, quite happy. I'm so happy. I'm just too happy. Too much. Too means volume of something. So let's have a look at some sentences now where we just have one word adverbials. Just remembering that an adverb modifies 3 parts of speech: a verb, an adjective, and another adverb. So we're going to look at 6 sentences where 2 of them will modify a verb, the next 2 another adverb, and the last 2 will modify adjectives. Here we go. Dan has almost completed his project. The adverbial, the degree, is almost. So, to what degree has Dan completed his project? Well, he has almost. In other words, nearly finished. Number 2, they nearly collided with another car. And the adverbial is nearly, modifying the verb collided. Number 3, I'm so unbelievably tired. And the adverbial phrase, so unbelievably. Here we can see 2 adverbs together. So is modifying the adverb unbelievably. And unbelievably modifies tired. Number 4, Tobias performed very well. And here we can see the verbial phrase very well. Very is an adverb that modifies the adverb well. Number 5, Amanda is so happy right now. And the adverbial is so, and it modifies the adjective happy. Tammy ran extremely fast. And the adverbial is extremely, modifying the adjective fast. Now, interestingly, in all of these sentences, we can take out the adverbial, except for the first 2 sentences. Let's have a look at sentences 3 to 6. I'm so unbelievably tired. We can take out so. We can say I'm unbelievably tired. How tired? So unbelievably tired. In other words, a lot, incredibly. 4. Tobias
performed well. But how well? To what degree? Well, very well. Number 5. Amanda is happy right now. How happy is she? To what degree is she happy? She is so happy. Very, very happy. And number 6, Tammy ran fast. How fast did she run? To what degree? What's the intensity? Tammy ran extremely fast. Now let's have a look at the first 2 sentences. Now, in these 2 sentences, if we remove the adverbial, the sentences have different meanings. Number 1, Dan has completed his project. That's actually not true. If we insert almost, to what degree has he completed his project? Well, he hasn't actually completed it. That's not true. He has almost. So he hasn't got a lot to go. And number 2, if we take out the adverbial, we say they collided with another car. That's a completely different meaning than if we insert the adverbial nearly. To what degree did they collide? Well, they didn't. They nearly collided. They almost had an accident. Nearly and almost are very, very similar in meaning, but that's a separate video.
Now that we've had a look at these sentences, let's have a look at 6 more sentences where the phrases in these sentences do not contain single word adverbs. The phrase itself works as the adverbial. It answers, the phrase will answer the question to what degree, to what extent, how much, how little, how often. Let's have a look. Jody likes salami as much as me. As much as me is the phrase that contains no singular adverbs. But the phrase is an adverbial because it answers the question to what degree. How much does Jody like salami? Well, if we compare, she likes salami as much as I do. 2. The evidence was beyond reasonable doubt. So, beyond reasonable doubt is a legal term. And what we're saying is to what degree was the evidence believable? The evidence was believable beyond reasonable doubt. And again, in this phrase, adverbial phrase, there is no singular adverb. Number 3, their house is bigger than ours. How big? To what extent? Their house is how big? It's bigger than ours. Jody is as quiet as a mouse. How quiet is she? As quiet as a mouse, because mice are very quiet. She is as clean as she is cautious. As she is cautious, again, is another adverbial phrase where we do not have any singular adverbs. But how clean is she? She's as clean as she is cautious. Cautious means that she watches things. She doesn't make decisions quickly. She's a bit skeptical. She needs to think about whether she's going to do something or not. And lastly, Paula was faster than I thought. How fast was she? Faster than my perception of her. Again, there is no singular adverb. So all of these sentences contain adverbial phrases because each one of these phrases all answer the question to what degree, how much, or how often. I hope you've enjoyed this basic introduction to degree adverbials. Now, if you did like it, definitely hit subscribe and the bell because there's plenty more coming. I'm Larissa. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.